she won't know. Everything has gotta be cool when we living so cold. Feel it in your bones. You ain't gonna feel it.
It's Madden NFL 23, and we'll see the versatile Deebo Samuel. Always staying busy, he's your league leader in receiving yards. It's the 49ers and the Chiefs on EA Sports.
The onset of fall weather certainly a welcome occurrence for folks in Silicon Valley, and we've got football on a gorgeous day here in Santa Clara as we are situated at Levi's Stadium. Today we've got a matchup here in pivotal Week 7 between the Kansas City Chiefs and the San Francisco 49ers. Hi again, everyone. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And Charles, you take a look at these 49ers as they interplay here. They've got all W's on the ledger so far, a perfect 6-0.
Yeah, still a long way to go in this season, but they're showing everyone early on that they intend to be there in the end.
Meanwhile, for the visitors here, the Chiefs, they're in a real groove of late. Winners of 5 of their last 6 games.
And the offense last week, they had things humming. If you're a defensive player, you may get overshadowed a little bit, but you're really buoyed by what your offense is doing.
Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. Fielded just outside the goal line. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. San Francisco ready for their first drive of the game on offense. And in his 9th season in the league, 6 with the 49ers, it's Jimmy Garoppolo at quarterback.
And what a first half of the season he's had, leading the NFL in passing yards to this point. He's been a tough man to slow down. So this defense certainly has its work cut out for him.
Here we go, here we go.
Jimmy going to look to throw it on the first play. And the grab by Croft. And he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds. Right away, they rack up 10 yards on their first play from scrimmage.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play. And that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
Here's a throw off the scramble, and that's complete out left. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. They got 29 yards that time.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
Oh, he'll look downfield for Kittle. And this one is incomplete. George Kittle, the receiver that he was looking for. But it's going to be second down. And despite injuries like these, Charles, or these guys missing, they've been able to keep that pursuit of perfection alive so far.
That just shows the depth that they have on the roster and the guys who are serious about being ready when their number is called. Someone goes down, someone jumps in, and they don't skip a beat. I think this team has a bunch of those guys, and some of them will be called on again this week.
On play action, it's Garoppolo. Completes it to Samuel. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
We expected this defense to be tested by this passing game coming into this one, and there's an example on this first possession of the game.
A terrific opening drive has them knocking on the door, first and goal. Throw left side, McCaffrey's got it. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. It'll go as a loss on the play. Not what you need down here. It's going to be second and goal. And yet again, it's Garoppolo toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
It hasn't been a real good start to this game from a defensive perspective, but now after the incompletion on second down, things may be changing. If they can come up with one more point.
That is caught by the tight end, Kittle. Touchdown, 49ers. A great effort there. His 11th touchdown of the year. And the 49ers will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. One of the keys to their long winning streak has been scoring first. An ideal drive right there, getting the first 6 points of the ball game.
Do you go back to our meeting with the offensive coordinator? Remember what he told us?
Absolutely.
With some teams, I script to probe in the early part of the game. Other teams, I script to attack. They've been in attack mode for these ball games and continue that in this one.
Robbie Gould on for the extra point. And the 49ers grab a 7-0 lead. So that drive in total 8 plays. And it all ends with a George Kittle touchdown. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. And bring this out to the 25. No return there for Hardman. But the Chiefs offense now ready to go to work for the first time, led by Patrick Mahomes, the 2018 NFL Most Valuable Player.
And there's a lot of good to watch in the game last week. He threw 4 touchdown passes. A little bit of concern throwing the 2 interceptions.
Yeah, and the 2 pick.
Yeah, you want the ratio really to be closer to 3-1 as opposed to the 2-1 that he had. But it is something to build on. They did get the win, didn't they?
Yep. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Caught, Kelce, left side. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. The numbers for Travis Kelce last week. 5 catches, 65 yards.
And he was able to get open there, but that's not always easy against this bunch defensively. We are deep enough into the season where numbers count. This is #1 rated defense in the NFL. They'll have a tough time.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. Mahomes going to throw. This one complete to Mecole Hardman. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Mahomes finding his burner Hardman for the KC first.
I know at the end of games, coaches always tell us that no one play won or lost a game. But this seems pretty important early, doesn't it? Their ability to pick up that 1st down on 3rd down, I thought that was key.
Well, you're already in the hole after the touchdown on the other side. How will you respond? We talk about that a lot, and they responded pretty well there. You go 3 and out, I think you give up a lot of momentum. You get down 2 scores, could be an entirely different game.
So they've got a nice drive going now. They're in good shape. What's interesting to me is
and down he goes. The 49ers get there. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. After the sack, things get a little tougher here. 3rd and long for Mahomes and the Chiefs. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. On 4th down, Tommy Townsend to punt for Kansas City. Back to return it, Christian McCaffrey. He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And the Niners will go on offense, 1st and 10. Deebo Samuel trotting out with his offense to start this next drive. Where he stands right now, as you see, already over 1,000. You have to think 2,000 is a real possibility. Long way to go in the season, but what he's done so far, spectacular.
It is, and you know what he's also hoping for? He's going to play a lot of man coverage from here on out, because one of the best ways to slow down production is to go to zone and double, triple team, put a number of people in the area that you expect him to run into.
Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. Touchdown, 49ers. Boy, Charles, this offense is just so explosive. They lead the league in scoring, and another example of just how good they are right there on that play.
Yeah, we often overstate about how explosive teams are, but this team is truly a threat to score on every snap, especially on the first few plays of any series. And a big streak like that only adds to their reputation as the league's best offense.
Gold to add the extra point. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead. Well, the offense wasn't out there for a long time, but they were out there for a good time. One play, and they're able to hit pay dirt. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. And Hardman going to go ahead and sit on this one as it'll come out to the 25. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Well, partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of this one?
I think it does a little bit, but not by too much, because you're right. You get the extra rest, you get a chance to heal up and kind of, do a little bit of a reset for this team. But it's also 7 extra days to think back to the last time you were on the field. So now, a little more importance on what they're getting done because they carry it with them for essentially 2 weeks.
Throwing on first down is Mahomes. A dump down to McKinnon. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. From the 41, Mahomes. He'll find Juju Smith-Schuster. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And now that sets up 3rd and 2. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he's got the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 49. And 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue.
For years, this matchup, the Chiefs and 49ers, would have been known as the Joe Montana game. And these being the two teams that Montana played for in his Hall of Fame career. But now,
he's trying for Smith-Schuster, but it's intercepted. Picked by Tarvarius Moore. The 20, 10, and into the end zone. A pick-6 for the 49er D as they score the touchdown.
Well, no surprise to see that one, partner. The league's #1 defense coming through with a huge pick-6.
And it's plays like that one that made them the most feared group to face this year. Offenses, they're trying to figure out how to work around them rather than work through them. Big-time impact playmakers scattered throughout the unit on every level, and they can change a game at a moment's notice.
Now Gould for the extra point. And it is now 21-0. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they throw the pick-6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
Hardman will elect not to bring this out, and the football will be on the 25-yard line. But kind of a throwback weekend for our primetime games here in Week 7. Later tonight, a couple of the great AFC teams of the 70s do battle. The Steelers and Dolphins from Miami on Sunday night. And then tomorrow, Monday Night Football, Bears and Patriots from Foxborough. A rematch of Super Bowl 20. Bears won that one 46-10. But fear not for the Patriots. If I remember correctly, they've won a few in the years following.
And this one also slow in developing as he's maybe getting back here to the line of scrimmage, but not much more than that. Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. He finds McKinnon complete.
And he will have a Chiefs first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. To throw, it's Mahomes. It's Kelsey on the ground. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Mahomes. And the Niners get there and bring him down.
Multiple defenders getting to him there for a huge loss.
After the sack, things get a little tougher here. 3rd and long for Mahomes and the Chiefs. From the gun, they will run with McKinnon. And he'll get this only up to about the 35. Just a 2-yard pickup, and that should necessitate a call for the punt team here on 4th down.
When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And they will take over 1st and 10. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And with a 21-0 lead already, no need really to take any unnecessary risks. Winds up and lets it go for Samuel. And that nearly intercepted. Oh, the free safety roaming into position, almost had it, but it's 2nd down. Not wanting to take a chance this time, they'll keep it on the ground. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. He'll get a dozen there, and it's a 1st down, 49ers. So we've hit halftime here in Santa Clara with the 49ers out in front. As we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. A lot to get to here as some of the division races starting to take shape as we look around the NFL here in week number 7. We'll start our tour out in the City of Angels, Los Angeles. And it's the Chargers who have the lead with that game getting close to halftime. Austin Eckler with both of their touchdowns thus far as he scored twice on the ground. Let's stay in the AFC West as we check on the Broncos at home in Denver. And it's the visiting Jets who have the lead in that one. 3 touchdown passes there for Zach Wilson. Finally, let's get to the desert. Let's check on the Cardinals at home in Glendale. And they were winners in that ball game over the visiting New Orleans Saints. DeAndre Hopkins, a touchdown catch in the victory. Time now for a check of the next-gen stats in that first half for KC. And they will need to get this passing game in gear because they did not do much of anything in that first half. And it's why the scoreline is what it is. Meanwhile, for the Niners, they had a little more success than their counterparts did in the passing game, as evidenced by the numbers there. Both these teams, no doubt, making their final halftime adjustments as we speak. And for the call of the second half, we get it back out to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thanks very much. Fine work as always as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. Hardman, he is not going to bring this out, so they will start the drive at the 25. And the Chiefs ready to go on offense to begin quarter number 3. And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball to the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now Mahomes. Pass is tipped, but he's still able to bring it in. And it's a 15-yard pickup, but it'll lead to a 4th down. Here's the Chiefs punter now as he'll come on to kick this one away. Fielded just inside the 30. It's a 39-yard punt, 8 on the return, and out will come the offense as they take over. Deebo Samuel and the 49ers back in possession here. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this? But it's usually not by himself, is it? Right. Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
2nd and 10 here as we roll along in quarter number 3 from Santa Clara.
Now a play fake. Garoppolo taking a shot for Samuel. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Well, you and I, partner, we got the plum assignment this week, an unbeaten team against a one-loss team. Really not much separating these two entering play here today.
Not much at all, and I think for both coaches, they've looked at their team and said, guys, you got to know what you're getting into in this one, and you better be ready to go because
it's caught inside the 25. Touchdown, 49ers. This offense, they were dynamic in the first half. The halftime break, that didn't slow them down at all. Big strike here in the third quarter.
It's almost as if they were saying, it's not just our skill in the first half that's getting this done, it's confidence as well. And confidence has taken over this game in a big way. How about these strikes that we're seeing?
Gold to add the extra point. It's good, and they stretch their lead to 28-0 now. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And it's finished off by a receiving touchdown from Christian McCaffrey. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. And bring this out to the 25. No return there for Hardman. The Chiefs ready to rock again on offense. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD. And if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Throw right side going to be caught by Hardman. And this will not get close to the first down marker as he's brought down at the 26. Here's the Chiefs punter now as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. It's taken at the 26. And they will score. It's a 49er touchdown.
That certainly feels like that kind of game, doesn't it? No matter what they do, it's going to work. That might be the absolute crusher right there. A punt return for a touchdown.
Feels like there's been a lot of crushers in this game. This lead just gets bigger. Now Gould for the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. Well, it's no secret. That's why they have him return punts. He has the capability to take them back, and he did so there. So after the punt return touchdown, let's see what their opponents can do with this kickoff. And Hardman going to go ahead and sit on this one as it'll come out to the 25. And Kansas City's offense now set and ready to go. Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable now. A win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
That one's on the former Patriot, Joe Thuney. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And he'll get about 3 up close to the 35.
draw here on second down. Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he stopped behind the line of scrimmage. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on third down. Well, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
Well, partner, they've certainly played up to their top 10 defensive ranking this week. They've stifled this opposing offense throughout this game. This contest is now lopsided because of their efforts, and there's still a quarter to go.
Pulled in at the 24. And he's loose again. Past the 20. Touchdown, 49ers. An impressive punt return of 76 yards. And the Niners are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this third quarter.
When you got a guy that fast back there to receive punts, that's a nightmare for the guy game planning, the special teams coach. That's also a nightmare for the punter. Sometimes they get so nervous that they hit the ball and kick it right to him.
Gold able to tack on the extra point, and it is 42-0. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now here in Santa Clara, where the fourth quarter will begin with a kickoff following the score on the final play of the third quarter.
Hardman will elect not to bring this out, and the football will be on the 25-yard line. KC's offense ready to take over. And just looking ahead, it would appear that that bye week is coming at the right time. They'll have 2 weeks to chew on this one, though probably not one that they want to chew on. A poor performance from start to finish.
And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Throwing now is Mahomes. That is caught by Smith-Schuster. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. On first down, Mahomes. He'll find Smith-Schuster again. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line. So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 47. Mahomes now to throw. And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Now it's Mahomes again. Well, Mahomes can't get away, and down he goes. Nick Bosa racking up sack number 12 for him on the year. After the sack, things get a little tougher here. 3rd and long for Mahomes and the Chiefs. They'll look to throw here. And that will be incomplete.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I guarantee he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback. So here are the Niners to take over on offense.
Here we go.
Their win streak at 6 coming in and counting as they've got the lead right now, beginning this drive 1st and 10. And he works his way forward to pick up 4 yards there, 2nd down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. That one, a first down pickup of 8. They'll try and burn some clock now with McCaffrey.
And he's going to have a Niners first down as good running gets him to about the 44.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've run the ball 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
And he'll take it across the 50 and into Chief territory.
43 yards rushing for him now to this point.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey.
And good space to operate there as he takes this down inside the 35-yard line. It'll go as a first down for San Francisco on a pickup of 16. Up the gut, McCaffrey. And he's got room. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
Well, business as usual for them. Well on their way to another victory. Riding a serious wave of momentum from what we've seen. And so far, they haven't met their match. So if you're going to play this team in the future, your mission is clear. You better be ready to play and match their firepower.
Gold to add the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. That time a 6-play drive. And the last play on the drive, the touchdown run from Christian McCaffrey. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away.
Hardman, he is not going to bring this out, so they will start the drive at the 25. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. Well, it's been a struggle so far for this offense, Charles. It's not only that they haven't been able to put the points up, but really stringing yards together has been a real issue for them in this one.
I'm so glad you brought up the yardage because I was thinking to myself, we've seen a lot of NFL games, and we've seen our share of lopsided contests, but in almost all of them, both offenses have put up at least 200 yards in a game, but not in this one. This has been a display of offense that, frankly, I think the two of us have watched from behind our hands, trying to spread our fingers wide enough to actually see the result.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. And again, it's Mahomes. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Looking to throw is Mahomes. Open man, Smith-Schuster, it's complete. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 27-yard line. So the victory here for San Francisco. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense was they held the ball pretty well. You know, time of possession, exactly what they were looking for in this one. And that helped out their defense. Didn't have to be out there the entire time. So when you do that and you're out there fresh playing, pump a little extra spring in your step, and it showed up in this one.
They had a ton of spring in their step. Impressive victory. So for the 49ers, their winning ways continue as they get it up to 7-0. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Los Angeles Rams. Meanwhile, for the Chiefs, they dropped just their 2nd game so far as they fall to 5-2. And they'll get an extra week to think about it as the midseason bye might be coming at just the right time.
On Rubik's Cube. Every time I do it, I just have to do it beautiful. I can't let this